Sometimes homework can be a drag when kids may not have a really good grasp of the material. That's where homework hotlines and other study help sites come in.
Yeah, that's right. It's also where Patrick Quinn comes in. He's the parenting guy for Brainly, a popular education app that began in Poland and is now based right here in New York. He's also a former special ed teacher at IS 218 in Brooklyn. So good morning to you, Patrick. Love what you're doing, by the way, with Brainly.
Yeah, good morning. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about Brainly, how it works.
Yeah, Brainly is great. I wish I had it when I was a student. It's essentially like an online study group where kids can type in questions for things they're struggling with, and then other kids their age will get on and help them to find the way to get to the solution. And it's great when you need the help, but it's also great because once kids start using it to get help, what they start doing is they start helping other kids with subjects they're good at. So it just reinforces that learning, and it becomes just a really great community of kids all around the world.
Well, congrats on that, by the way. It's like the circle of life there, everybody helping everybody. So what's the most important thing that parents and kids should look for when they're actually seeking homework help? You know, for me, it's like just basically having to go and ask for it in the first place.
Yeah, just knowing where to start. That's a great thing to bring up, is just, realizing where the struggle is actually happening. Because if you're doing badly in math, it might not be that you're not understanding this problem. It might be that you're not understanding what happened 3 or 4 lessons ago. So kind of rewinding and figuring out what it is your kids or, yourself as a parent needs to know in order to either give the help or get the help. Because if they really don't understand something, you really got to get to the core of that and find out where it is that they're struggling.
Yeah, and when you're looking for help, it's all about accessibility. So let's talk about some of the homework services that are actually free. Right, so you work for Brainly.
Brainly, yep, that's a great one.
And then there's Khan Academy. And then there's Khan Academy.
Yeah, Khan Academy it's fantastic. It's something where the kids can learn at their own pace. It has, just an absolute enormous catalog of videos and lessons and materials for teachers to actually use for their lessons. So kids can go on and just start getting their education in basically every subject, and they're constantly evolving. They're always adding on new materials, new videos, new lessons. So it's something great where a kid can jump on there and really start to understand a subject just outside of the classroom, and either get a jump start on what they might learn, or really get to learn a little bit more deeply about what it is they're working on currently.
Yeah, and then you have tutor.com as well, right? And these are all free?
Tutor.com, I believe, has a subscription. Khan Academy is free. Brainly is free. But Tutor.com is great because it's not like, the cost of a regular tutor, a one-on-one tutor, but you do get that one-on-one interaction with an actual tutor out there. It's college kids, it's education professionals who are all the tutors, and you can call in from anywhere at any time and get a tutor hooked up with you, and then you can just have them help you throughout the lesson and really give you that little boost you might need.
Yeah, speaking from your experience, what do you find that most kids are needing help in? Well, which subjects?
I would say the big ones are math. That one gets really tricky for a lot of kids, especially, like I said, if you fall behind 6 lessons ago, you're gonna struggle a little bit further down the road. Science is a big one too, and especially because it has such a big math component in it, like physics and all of that. But those are the 2 big ones that we find a lot of people are needing help in. But it's across the board. People, they need help in just about every subject.
Yeah, math was always a struggle. But, New York City teachers and the Teachers Union, they have a hotline that Mr. G loves to talk about. If you watch the evening news, you see him during his thing called Homework Hotline is now open. It's called Dial a Teacher, right? So you dial the number 4 days a week, Patrick. I'm sure you're familiar, 4 to 7 p.m. You speak with a real teacher in those subjects, reading, math, writing, and science, right? So how effective is it, though, to speak to a teacher, I guess, that doesn't really know what the lesson plan is?
Right. You don't know who you're going to get, but you do know that with this hotline, you're getting teachers that have, I think on average, it's 20 years teaching experience. Wow. So even if they don't know the specific lesson, they're going to know how to connect with a kid. They're going to know how to really kind of impart their knowledge on them. And they have subject matter experts across the board. You're not going to be speaking to a math teacher to find your English homework. They'll connect you with the right person. They have people who speak a bunch of different languages, even like Tagalog and Creole. So you can, so no matter where you are or, you know, what your situation is with school, it's a great resource. And actually, when I was teaching at IS 218, I didn't know this existed. So
Wow.
it's something that I'm glad you guys are talking about and that you do talk about more, because I wish I was able to tell my kids, hey, you know, if it's 8 p.m. and you're doing your homework, you can call this line and maybe get that help you might need.
Well, you know, there are different philosophies on parent involvement. What's your take? Because some people say you got to leave it up to them because they have to learn responsibility. But what is your take on that?
You know, it depends on, it goes student by student, and specifically with us, with our kids, kid by kid. You know, our oldest daughter, we're at the point now where it's like, hey, this is on you now. You're gonna really have to bite the bullet and, you know, reap what you've sown because of the, you know, the things you may have forgotten. Whereas we have a son who is extremely responsible and he's always doing it, and he really, if he forgets something, he's really struggling. So we try to give him a little bit more of a help. So it really depends on who the person is, their personality, and what their learning is actually like. So you kind of just take it case by case.
What's funny is, you know, just asking for a friend, can parents call these homework helplines?
Yeah, exactly. No answer. You know, I gotta say, you've come a long way with Brainly from Schoolhouse Rock when Conjunction, what's your function? Long way. Hey, Patrick Quinn of Brainly, thank you for what you're doing. Thanks for being an awesome teacher too.
Thank you very much. Appreciate having how you guys have me on.
All right. You remember Schoolhouse Rock?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes, I do.